Here on the table.
Special, those are for the special. 4 o'clock.
Did I print the wrong one?
Sure. That's it. Oh, I'm not calling. Brandon, you want to just copy.
I have it online here, Brett.
Yeah. Oh, just sunset.
I left my satchel in the office.
I left mine home. You call the public safety meeting for September 19th order, please. Really got a motion to approve the agenda?
Bob Powell, Armando.
Do I have a seconder?
Talking.
Yeah.
Andrew's muted.
I think, Andrew, you're muted.
Yeah, you're muted, Andrew. Click your button.
There you go.
There he is.
I'm still muted.
There we go.
Okay.
Looking for a seconder, Andrew.
Okay, I'll second it.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Any conflicts of interest, members?
No.
Moving on, the main topic of discussion is a follow-up for our forum we had where we had ambulance in the end.
Yeah.
So that was, I thought that was a pretty, a very interesting forum that I didn't realize that, you know, ambulance indeed were as busy as they were, and also that they're short so much staff. That was one of their biggest complaints, if you guys remember that. And the other part was their waiting time at the hospital. And coincidentally, the RCMP had the same issue. So we, you know, ambulance attendants, paramedics, and RCMP officers all waiting at the hospital for sometimes hours, waiting to turn these, you know, patients over to a doctor. So that's certainly a real issue with them. Obviously, it is with those two. It's costing the province a lot of money. You know, the waiting time.
Well, take some of their ambulance and the police car off the streets, you know?
That's exactly. So you got the only ambulance within 50 square miles tied up at the hospital and you have a car accident. You know, we gotta wait for one to come from another hour away, so.
You know, you can't handle the patient, they gotta sit behind them.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
None whatsoever.
Were they able to offer any solutions directly?
No, they should probably body contact and it's one of their that and staffing are their main issues. And their staffing, they were short.
Well, they don't get very much money for, I thought they get more money than that.
No, but they're not getting wealthy. That's
Now they can have a driver. As long as they have a medical person with them, because before they used to have that too. I mean, now they're made one.
So they do have some recruitment strategies in place. But it became clear, yeah, there's certainly not a relationship with physician recruitment. As far as the efficiency of ambulance New Brunswick, but also, you know, there's that connectivity like you referenced, Mr. Chair, on the RCMP. And, you know, it's becoming more clear as we go through some of these information sessions, how interconnected a lot of these first responder agencies are. Yeah.
It's the same thing with the, you know, there's a car accident, you know, the RCMP has to attend, the ambulance has to attend, and the fire department has to attend. That's time and a lot of resources for.
But I don't
Single accident.
I don't know if the fire department has to attend them. They, if there's a fire or there's, you know, gas or oil or, you know, liquid on the road, they clean it up. But, and I have this complaint with our fire department because they're always the first one there. And they're seeing the blood and deaths and now we're paying a lot of money for them to go see, you know, therapists and stuff. I mean,
Yeah, PTSD, I mean, it's commonplace.
and I said, why do we have to be there? You know, let them go first and they'll call us if they need us, but they don't want to play that game. They want to be, and they all have the same staff, right? And they're all there.
I'll tell you, Bob, about your fire department. We've used them many times as an organization. And we love how quick they respond. I mean, they've been in many incidents at our solid waste facility.
Yeah.
And we've always been able to rely on.
Oh, yeah, they're always the first one there.
Yeah.
But we're paying the price for it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And not only that, we don't, if they leave, we don't pay, you know, for an ambulance call, we have to pay the gas. We don't get refunded for all that stuff, right? Say, holy smoke, boys, especially, yeah, that's this week.
Yeah.
Huh?
All right, any other issues on from the advisory forum, on the, what's in the, anything else you want to discuss?
Yes, Mr. Chair, if I may address you through or to the members through you. One of the things that we did, we're looking at in budget 2025, and I realized that this is a classification piece that was raised at one of the previous meetings and at one of the previous forums. But looking at to your point, Director Powell, the classification teams in terms of the response, and look at that and try to get a better understanding of that promotion and have an awareness of how that whole piece works. So we do have opportunities there for to do some work on that and to look at that to better review that process.
But it was, maybe one of those, speakers that come on and put in the public safety thing, it's always informative and the stuff that we didn't, know. But I'm still amazed at how many don't attend them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, they're interesting and they're very informative.
Yeah.
Gives us a bit of a better understanding of what's going on. I'm surprised MSNB didn't want to give us a presentation. I was going to give that to council. And then,
Yeah, apparently it was an internal presentation. It seemed, I mean, they were asked if they could provide it.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because it was helpful. It was really.
it was it gave a lot, a lot more information, a lot of details. So
Yeah.
sometimes I don't take as many notes as I rely on the presentation.
Yeah. I thought they did sorry, John, all I was gonna say, I thought they did a fantastic job, and I think to your point, Bob, as far as participation goes, I think we're getting more buy-in as time goes on. In fact, Ambulance New Brunswick, just as an example, plan on attending all the future meetings.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think anytime that you've got so many participants, I mean, it is a big group. We've got, probably close to 30 invitees to those meetings. And so it's the end of summer, so we'll see if it's not good.
Because you're missing out on some good information, Of course, they're waiting for the presentations after, right?
Yeah, just exactly. So anything else on the advisory forum, anybody? Anybody else?
Just a question here. Do you guys notice public safety around your events much this summer or RCMP?
I can't say I've noticed any public safety on the road, but I do
Yeah.
meet the RCB on occasion.
No, I've lost track of the public safety guys. They were around quite a bit last summer, but I haven't seen them at all out this way this summer at all.
Yeah.
I haven't noticed, but I have noticed an increased presence of the RCMP.
Yeah.
A more visible presence.
Yeah.
And we got more members.
Well, with more members, they're out.
38 of the 50, 38 are on board now.
With more members, they're now doing a better job, so they're just.
I know they had a big meeting in Minto.
Right, I heard that.
Tuesday night, yeah.
Yeah, that was regarding the shooting incident in the community, so apparently they're starting to release documents on that and more information, so.
Okay, anything else on the advisory forum? If not, we'll move on to item 5, which is general discussion and directions of staff. The big things, what are we doing next on our next forum? I said it with fire chiefs would be interesting.
I believe it is fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it is fire, but we hadn't said it as. I can now
Yeah, it
double
should
check
be
that
fire.
for you, Mr. Chair, as we're talking.
Mr. Chair, through you, Brad Kelly, are we inviting or notifying the other communities when we're having the meetings, much like we're doing with some of the economic expansion and some of the other communities, and just passing that net widely to make sure they're aware that they can participate either virtually or in person if they would like them? Just wondering, try to expand that knowledge base is what you're saying. We've been pretty successful with it on the Economic Expansion Committee of doing that. And to Director Powell's point of trying to get that knowledge and maybe greater participation, it might be good just to make sure that people know when it is, invite them out, let them know who the speakers are, or and that they can do a Q&A with them as well. It hasn't really added time to our meetings. It's actually made them much more efficient because people aren't duplicating questions and things like that. That we try to set the the presentation time. Then we allow for a little bit more robust of a Q&A. And just just a thought anyway, it may not fit within the parameters of the committee, but it's just certainly a notification to the other members of the Regional Service Commission and the entities.
Certainly worthwhile.
Mr. Chair, what I would say to that is, we cast a pretty wide net right now, but I mean, we could certainly expand the distribution list for the invitations to the board members. Hey, Kelly?
Absolutely. When we originally set it up, we asked for a rep from each municipality.
Yeah.
And there are a few that didn't submit a name. So perhaps we could issue another call for community reps.
Yep. Good. To confirm, Mr. Chair, it is New Brunswick Firefighters Association next.
That should be interesting.
Yeah, that's coming up November 6th.
Yeah.
And then we'll do our own version of a priorities meeting in December, so we can set out our schedule for 2025.
Early 2025. It's just around the corner.
I know.
Yeah, so the hope next year would be that it's an opportunity to sort of take what we've gleaned this year from the various organizations, and if we have particular priorities that we want to focus in on, drill down a little more. But I think as we discussed earlier, 2024 is really to set the table. It's a broad set of organizations, and there's still some that we haven't heard from.
Haven't tapped into yet.
Yeah.
But that's something we'll put that on next year's schedule. See if we can get them to join us and give a little presentation anyway, what's going on. Yeah.
I thought some of them this year, the ones I've been able to attend, have been excellent, to be honest with you, and the information is outstanding. And the level of communication between the organizations and the people that are in attendance, I thought was almost unprecedented. And I want to compliment you, Mr. Chair, and the committee and our senior staff that support this committee. I don't know if there's any other RSC that's having more public safety forums than we are to get the word out and to learn and to glean and to work together. I think it is having a positive effect in the region. We do have some hot spots. As Director Powell pointed out, every now and again, there's things that happen. But it seems overall in the region that a lot of the temperature has come down out of certain aspects. And maybe I'm misreading the tea leaves there, but I would like to think that it's part of the extra work that the committee is doing and the agencies themselves.
Yeah, well, by us reaching out to the agencies, I think they have to like being involved, and they certainly appreciate being noticed. And I mean, that kind of pushes them ahead too. So,
I think Andrew had a point. Andrew, are you about to chime in there?
oh, Sandy,
Nope.
yeah.
No.
Oh, well,
It's always just a pointer. So does anybody have any ideas for next year that we're going to look at for presenters? If there's, anything comes to mind right away?
We haven't heard from the city police,
City police would be good, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
and I think there may be an opportunity there where there's a new chief.
Yes.
And to get them involved early with the committee. I think there may be an opportunity there. That's my only suggestion off the top of my head.
What about the Nurses Association?
We haven't involved them.
Yeah, we haven't involved them.
It's at the discretion of the committee.
Yeah. This might be a good group too, just to see where they're at. Because it's certainly, it's a public safety issue for sure.
Mr. Chairman, and to that point, we also, we're gearing up early in the new year as well for physician recruitment and healthcare recruitment. But considering that ambulance in Brunswick cited that as one of the issues, and with the RCMP as well, maybe we could tie something together around that. There's a new Dr. Comstock that's working with Dr. McClellan now through Horizon to add extra resources to try to bring resources to our region. And perhaps we could have one or both of them to the committee, or during their presentation to us, at least inform the committee and the other the first responders and organizations through the Public Safety Committee that they will be presenting to our board at some point early in the new year, and most likely before we're looking at tentatively looking at another event here for probably sometime in November.
I'm actually heading for Halifax this weekend because it's Dalhousie University and they have the third and fourth year students, and they have a little gala on Friday night and then a thing on Saturday. And so we got some bling to go down and give them, and we took them out on the Ormocto River. We had two pontoon boats and we got them on, we only had 9 but we took them out on the Ormocto River, and they got their eyes open to Ormocto because they never been in Ormocto before, right? And they couldn't believe that here we were going up the Ormocto River, and they couldn't see a house or nothing but trees and eagles flying over. And they had to drive by the golf course to get to it. And so holy smoke. And then it was one of the nights where the football field was full, all the ball diamonds were full, and all the soccer fields, so they just seen nothing but sports,
Lots going on.
activity going on. And then yet they got on the pontoon boat, never heard a noise or nothing, but, yeah.
Quiet.
So we had 3 that were interested, and one actually is coming he graduates this year, and he's coming in next May. He's gonna work at the emergency half the time in Ormocto and the other half with a doctor in a clinic.
Okay, no, I know, you know, you might get 1, 2, or even 3.
Yeah.
So,
Everyone's a help.
Oh, yeah.
sure.
And they are continuing to work on that, and both committees are working in tandem in terms of that in the region, and it's been positive so far. We had one of the residents of wanting a gift package that we helped to put together and sponsor through the region. And they came in, and Horizon met with them, and they didn't want to do touring and stuff. They wanted to go explore them. And they spent the weekend here. They went to festivals. They did a craft brewery tour. They did a few things like that, like just some things that they were interested in. And they were thrilled to find that we had pet-friendly hotels to stay at and things like that. And they went out and they toured around, and then they met with Horizon on the Sunday before they left, and everybody was fully on board to just let them be, and let's figure out what the best way is to try to lure them in. Now, they were only a second year, I think. The second year, so they still get a little runway to go, but certainly
Get to the river.
that's it.
But the problem is, the more you try to recruit, we're still losing elderly doctors and stuff. Like we just lost 2 the last 2 months, we lost 2.
Bring 2 in for retiring. Hard to keep up. Okay, any other discussion? Any other direction this down? We're good? Gonna call for a motion to adjourn.
I move, Powell, or not.
Andrew?
Yeah, sure. A motion.
Seconders? All right, meeting adjourned. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
Cheers.
I gotta say.